Say, what's going on? Hey, sports fans. I got to tell you, we got to work out this whole going live thing. It's Greg Medford Knife at MKT USA. What's happening? So I got a bunch of things to cover today, and not the least of which is talking about the USMC Fighter Flipper. Now, this knife's been around. It's been ubiquitous in the industry for a long time. The inspiration for this knife, the USMC fighting knife, which was made famous by the K-Bar Knife Company. Now, there were numerous companies out of New York and Chicago and other places that made this knife for the war efforts. But when the wars wound down, when the conflict wound down, it ended up being, hey, David, it ended up being K-Bar that made the knife for the Marine Corps. So every Marine has had one. When I was a Marine, I had one also. And when I was on deployment and my grandfather passed away, I sent my K-Bar cut it off my chest rig. I bought a SOG knife, and I started carrying a SOG, Redmond, Washington. It was a SOG, I forget, it was a Bowie with a rubber handle and a brass bolster, and I have it to this day. I carried that one, and I sent my K-Bar to my grandfather, and it was put in his coffin, and it's buried with him out in Mesa, Arizona. So the thing about it is the knife's an iconic image, and it was made during war rationing, and materials were going out for airplanes and tanks and ships. And they were making knives with minimalism and limitations on cost and limitations on material. And I got into a kick a couple years ago, and I said, hey, I want to make the version of this you would make if somebody said, spared no expense, like from Jurassic Park. He said, spared no expense. I wanted to spare no expense, make the baddest ass version of that knife, my own Greg Medford version of it. And we did. The fixed blade is fucking spectacular, if I do say so myself. And then when I was done with that, I was like, man, what would be a cool companion piece to that? And I've seen a bunch of gimp ass lame folding versions of that knife, and this is the way it should have always been done. This knife is fucking fantastic. Now, why are we talking about this today? The knife's been out for a while. It was the knife didn't go over well at its cotillion, at its coming out party. We brought it out at Blade Show, and it was kind of like, I don't know. And then the public got their eyeballs on it, and it took off. It's been a crazy product for us. So the USMC Fighter Flipper, we picked it as our second knife to do the configurator around. You guys are going to really like this, folks. If you don't know, there's a lot of cool things about this knife. There's a lot of neat technology on it. You know, it's got a pommel on it for striking. And what people don't realize is that it's actually a striking pommel. You could actually do some work with it if you had to. This pommel is a little technical difficulty. This pommel is one of the most expensive parts we've ever made. If you get a chance to look at one of these knives up close, you'll see there's a sideways notch cut into it. It keys up into the handle. It's screwed in from the top and 2 screws. It's machined on all 6 sides. It's an amazing piece of titanium. And it's titanium. It's freaking-tanium. It's Yumsky. So a spectacular knife with a lot going on, really expensive, cool part, and it really makes it look like, it gives it the feel like and the functionality like its fixed blade cousin. So its brother is the USMC Fighter here in our shop, and this is the flipper version of it with a flamed handle. Now, what do you put for a clip? When you're trying to blend old and new, you put some technology. So you do a fully milled clip with a ball bearing. You make it sexy. You put a little sexy on some utilitarian. It's just the way it ought to be done. Now, let's go to the configurator and take a look at that. Everybody wants to pop over. So we've got the configurator pulled up here. Maybe I'm sure it'll pop up to a more full size, or maybe that's the way we have to do it. There you go. So if you go over to the Fighter Flipper page, let's go over to the actual Fighter Flipper page on the website right now. So go to medforknife.com, then go over to the knives, work your way down to the Fighter Flipper. And while we're getting there, let me call up Lauren, and then I'll give you a little tour of this. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Billy, put me back on screen while you find out, would you? Would you come here, please? So you guys should meet Lauren. Hey, Brittany, you want to come down too? We'll bring the ladies down. And Brittany's about a little over 3 months. She's in her 4th month, and Lauren is new. And the two of them you'll be talking to on the phone. Come on in, ladies.
Hey.
So, you guys, Brittany and Lauren. So, Lauren is 64 inches tall. Brittany's 5'10".
Well, this is the real deal. Hi.
Uh-oh.
This
This video's taking a turn for the interesting. Hold on. So, Brittany, how tall are you?
5'2" on a good day.
She's 5'2" on a good day. You're 5'10" flat-footed.
Well, yeah, 5'9.5".
5'9.5".
Yeah.
When you're 5'10", you want to go 5'9.5" because it broadens your guy spectrum.
Right. Yeah.
And when you're short, you always round up and lie.
Yeah.
Just lie.
Round up and lie. Now we know. Now we know for all you guys who are out there on Tinder, they round up and they lie. So, you guys, Brittany is our bubbly, effervescent, like nothing but smiles. Like she was had a rough moment the other day, and she got teary-eyed while she was smiling. So, and I was all like, I felt like I had Tourette's because I didn't know how to act. Like I saw tears, and then I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And then Lauren showed up. Lauren's like, whatever. I got a brother's Marine. I'm totally good. She's like, just whatever you say, dude. Like, and I was like, hey, just don't say fuck to anybody on the phone, okay? It'll be good. So we're working on it. So how's it going? First week.
Outstanding. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
She's awesome.
All right.
Thanks,
So-
Brett. You're welcome.
So far the girls get along. That's nice.
Yeah.
There's the upside and downside to them getting along. For the business, it's the upside. For the sideshow, it's the downside. But that's fine. We'll take them getting along. That's good. And so Brittany, I've had more feedback on Brittany's customer service than anyone ever who's worked here. Amy's probably got more comments in aggregate over time, but she's been here for years. But Brittany has had a lot of comments because I hear her all the time. I'm like, and then I hear her laugh really loud, and then I hear her talk, and then I hear her laugh. It's loud, isn't it?
It is.
I know.
It's
I can hear it down here. It's adorable, but I hear it through my door. I'm like, Brittany's on the phone with somebody because I see the light on. I just hear the cackling coming out. I'm like, oh, fantastic. So you guys are doing a great job. Lauren, everybody can now say hi to you.
The lovely Lauren, everybody.
All right, now, ladies, thanks. Candy Haynes pulling you out. Thanks for being here.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
You don't have to get my door. I'll get it. You know, I do have to get it. All right, you guys. So that's Lauren and Brittany. If you don't know Brittany, what do the ladies carry? 357 Magnums. All right, Billy, if we could go back to the page, that would be cool. Let's go back to the, here we go. So when you guys go over to the USMC Fighter Flipper page, you'll see that, and you'll see this little white box here. I'm going to move my cursor around in the box. Check it out. And what you'll see where it says try the new configurator. Billy, get that up there and press on the new configurator, would you? He's clicking on it. Boom. He's working on it. There we go. Now we're over to the configurator. So all of our knives will have the same entree that you've seen, the same enter in, look at the knife in its sexy natural environment. And then you're going to pop over to this configuration page. Now, the thing about this is not going to be, it's not CGI. These are real pictures with some screens on them. It's not going to be like the glam pictures. This is meant to give you a little preview of how to put the knife together, what the color combos look like, and just have some fun trying to go through and play around, and you will find some color combos that are kind of shocking. So if you'll notice up at the top, Billy, why don't you go all the way over, pick me a PVD at the top left. Okay, the blade turns black. Give me, we've got bronze handles. Let's go to purple. Sweet. No, cancel purple. Go to flame. Okay, sweet. Now, let's do blue on the back side. You see it turn blue there. And you see it in the foreground over here where you see the clip side of the knife turns blue. Go gold on the, go bronze on the spring. On the spring. Yeah, there we go. See how it turns bronze? Now go back to blue. Now, after you've selected, and I would go through if I were you, and I would select every single color. So, Billy, go right down the list there and select each one of those colors. As you select them and they populate, they take a minute to generate. And then once you've selected them, now bop between the colors, Billy, a little quicker. So you can see it just instantaneously changes color, which is really cool. You can kind of flip back and forth between a couple colors. So give me flame and blue. So flame on the front, blue on the back, please. Let's go down to the hardware. Let's do the hardware in black. Let's do the clip in blue. Oh, I don't like that. Do it in black. No, I don't like that. Do it in flame. Ah, that pops off pretty nicely. Let's go down to the breaker and let's do the breaker black. So now the pommel turns black, as you see. We've got the clip in flame. We've got blue on the backside, flame on the front, black blade, black hardware. And here's what's sexy about this, guys. It allows you to just kind of go through and try a bunch of different things. This is not meant to give you a high resolution, sexy image of the knife. This is like, hey, I really want one of these knives, but I'm not sure how my color choices will work. It allows you to do that. I've had some folks say, hey, it's kind of too CGI. It has to be. This is a digitally generated kind of, it's not really CGI. It's real pictures cut together, but we're trying to find a very realistic way for you to get a sneak peek of what your choices are like. Up to now, we've said, well, you just got to kind of imagine it. Well, what's blue going to look like? Well, I want you to imagine a blue on your knife. And if you got that all up, and then you take a little look to the left, and that'll be the knife, the blade. You're like, kind of like, what do you think it'll look like if I flame it and put black on the blade? I'll be like, well, it'll look pretty good. Now, if you just imagine the knife with flames on the handle, black on the blade, there you go. We decided to get rid of all that Kentucky windage. Now, here's the thing to know about this. The flame will not be exactly like the flame. The blue won't be exactly like the blue. It's to give you a general representation. I would call it significantly similar. It is significantly similar to what you'll get. There you go. So that's the USMC Fighter Flipper Configurator. You can go click on the, let's see, let me think where I am for a minute. Okay, so you want to go over to medfordknife.com. Then you want to go to click on knives, work your way down to either the Praetorian tie to see the Praetorian tie configurator or the USMC Fighter Flipper configurator. And what you're seeing is a PC version of this. The cell phone version is a little different. But you go down, find your knife, like right there, click on that sucker, boom, it puts you into the info page about the knife, the one you've always seen, but now the configurator is there, and you don't have to guess anymore. You just drop into the configurator and off you go. When you're all set, go down to the bottom of that configurator. Is there a purchase button there, Billy? I think there's a purchase button. Add to cart, click on that. And when you click on that, boom, it takes you over to the cart with your fully configured knife. This is a great place right now. We've got a couple things in the cart because we've been experimenting, but this is a great place to start sharing. You know, you can share this over to Facebook or Instagram, do a little screen capture of the knife with the Fighter Flipper and do a little Instagram or Facebook or monkey balls or chimp neck, whatever's out there these days. And you can share this over and say, hey, what do you guys, I'm getting ready to buy this. What do you think of the setup? What do you think of the color combo? Now, that's it. That's what I've got for you today. USMC Fighter Flipper. We've got Virtual Blade Show coming up. We've got Centurion 3 coming up next Friday. I mean, a week from today. We're going to do a dry run on that in a little bit. It's just a lot of cool stuff going on. And I hope you guys enjoy. It's a lot of work putting this fun stuff together. And, the multi-tool, we're not quite there yet. We got some balls out engineering to do. But I got to tell you, we're doing our slip joint, then we're doing our two blade slip joint, and then we're doing our 4-tool multi-tool, and that's when it's fucking game on. So I got a lot of really cool stuff going on here. Let me give you a heads up. So we bought a Haas, I think it's an E400 horizontal mill with 6 pallet management system, and we're getting ready to tool up the company for a whole different level of refinement. New style of tooling. This would be my Gen 4 tooling. And it should be really, it should step up our consistency a bunch. You know, I think we make really good knives now, and we make a lot of them. And I'm always working on how to solidify the process, how to stabilize the process, how to make the consistent quality better and better and better over time. It is a lot of work, you guys. So next thing we're going to add is I bought a Burger HG2, which is a hollow grinder. And I bought the Burger for starting to do some, I would call, production level grinding of our ASK knife as that starts coming around the bend. These little knives are really tough to grind freehand on big wheels without fixtures and jigs, which we don't use. So if you're going to use fixtures and jigs, you might as well put a perfect polish into the bevel. And since I'd say we're kind of master grinders here, that is our #1 skill set. We're going to be able to run one of these bevel grinding machines really, really well. I'm super excited about it. Somebody else dropped the ball on their purchase. It was configured the way I wanted it. The company called me up. And is that a Guild cutaway? No, that is that's a Taylor. So you don't know this, but I kind of started my travels west as a grown-up. I went out to Seattle to play in a band during the grunge scene. And then the dirty hippies up there had such a bad work ethic. I said, I'm just going to play on my own. So I did a solo gig for about 9 months up there. And I said, I'm about had enough of Seattle. I mean, this place is pretty, but it ain't worth it. Bunch of nutters. A lot of nutters up there. Now, if I've got some nutters from Seattle who are watching my video right now, I do not apologize. And whatever I'm saying that's offensive only feels offensive because you've been locked up so long and may not be allowed out anytime soon. But that's your own fault. Quit voting that way. You guys remember, it's America. Land of the free, home of the brave. Better dead than red if you're a commie. I wish you an early peace. I think that's about it. Greg Medford from Medford Knife, MKTUSA. Don't forget to stop by. See some of my crazy antics on Facebook, on Instagram. Go to medfordknife.com/live for some of our live events. I think we're going to do titties out on Blade Show. Virtual Blade Show, titties out. I'm going to have the strippers with titties out. We can only do that. We're going to only do that from the Medford Knife /live, medfordknife.com/live page, because I can't get turned off. But you can turn me off. YouTube and Facebook, then you shut me off. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to steer you guys verbally and kind of pass out mental flyers on social media to get you over to my live page. And then we're going to have the girls. I think I'm going to have a topless girl rub my neck while I introduce the knives to you guys. We have a little live blade event. So good fun, good time, a lot of stuff going on. Go to medforduniversity.com if you want in on next Friday's event. You have to be one of our Centurions. You got to go to Medford University and graduate. Even if you don't like me or you think I'm an asshole or whatever, it is great fun going through. I think I talked about a really boring subject in a fun way that's engaging and educational, informative. And even if you don't like me and you're just in love with Chris Reeve knives, you love Hinder knives, these folks are all my friends in the industry. I love these people. They're some of the finest people I've ever met. Spartan Blades and the guys from Strider and the guys, Shabby's Knives. All these dudes are just great people. And you'll know more about the knives you get from them if you swing by Medford University. I recommend everybody who is into knives be educated about knives. And there's nothing worse than being opinionated about something and being ignorant. Being opinionated and ignorant is stupid. Being opinionated and informed, that's just being a grown-up. It's okay. It's being educated. Nothing wrong with that. We've lost, somewhere along the line, we lost touch with what it is to be humans. I won't say have a safe day. have a safe day. I don't want a fucking safe day. Fuck you. I'm not part of it. I'm not part of have a safe day. You know, fuck you, have a safe day. I don't want to be any part of that speak that conditions us to accept communism and momunism. Have a safe day is right up there with, I need to have you have a blessed and healthy, safe day. And I'm going to make you stay inside to have a safe day. Because, well, you said you want to have a safe day and you told them to have a safe day. And over time, we become conditioned that it's important to have a safe day. You know, it's not important to have a safe day. It's important to have a liberating day. Nobody ever comes over and says, man, I had a safe day today. He goes, oh, fuck, I decided to quit my job. I decided to do this. I had a liberating moment. I don't want anything to do with safe speak. And I don't want to be around safety fixated people. I want to be around freedom oriented, safety conscious, not safety centric. We forgot what it is to be human. We're supposed to bump and scratch into each other. We're supposed to battle each other with our ideas. You're supposed to say, Greg, you're a loudmouth asshole. And I'll say, well, I'm saying something. What are you saying? And you say, well, I think this. I go, well, you just got a little loudmouth, but I like your idea. Or I go, well, that idea is silly. Here's why. Boom, boom, boom. And then you go, well, your idea is silly because here's why. Boom, 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 boom. And then I go, well, that's not right because of boom, boom. And then you go, oh, I never thought of it that way. And I just moved your needle. That's being human. We're supposed to rub and grind intellectually, physically too. It's kind of fun. We're supposed to bump into each other. We're supposed to pull on each other. You think you got it all right? Somebody you know thinks you got it all right. Greg thinks he got it all right. You know how I know when I don't got it all right? When somebody smartly tugs at me and moves my needle. When I run into somebody who's smart and they have good ideas and they say, Greg, you know, I see where you're coming from. Here's why I think that way. Now, I read this think piece by this communist a couple days ago. And one of my friends who's a director out in Hollywood sends me this thing and says, would you believe this? And I read it and I said, guy makes a lot of good points. And he took all those points and he wove them into a victim, lazy, liberal, communist perspective. And he could trick you if you don't know your shit. I said, but fortunately, I know my shit. This part here where he made this big jump, that's an illogical leap of faith. This one here, this is illogical. They're unconnected. But when people say things in their writing and in their thinking and in their speak that's very presumptive and they just move on, the news does this all the time. Of course, it's bad if anyone dies, blah, 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 blah. We go, anyway, it's not really always, it's part of life. You know, I mean, they say stuff that makes you an ogre to object to begin a logical leap into absurdity, which generally ends in them being able to tell you what to do or take your money. That's all. What else do I have? I don't want it safe. Fuck off. Don't want any fucking part of it. I want it a little rough. It's okay. Now, I don't mean it rough. I mean life. Life can be a little rough. It's okay. I've been scuffed up. I've been roughed up. You know what? I'm okay. You know what I know from kids that fall down and get scuffed up and get roughed up? They're okay. I took a beating numerous times. I'm okay. I'm one of the most okay motherfuckers I've ever met. You know, it's funny. I get to meet people. Slicey Dicey called me up the other day and we talked on the phone. And he's talked to me before, and he says he talks to people all the time. And he says, yeah, your name comes up all the time, and people just say you're, you know, God, you gotta be the angry motherfucker, big asshole, blah, blah, blah. I just swear a little bit. Part of the reason I swear is it kind of jolts people out of normalcy. It's almost a fly in the ointment. It's almost poking at people's sensitivity a little bit. You know, when I was a kid growing up, if you squawked about something, you'd get stuck doing it. when I was flying airplanes, if someone gave you a call sign you didn't like and you objected to it, oh, fuck, you'd wake up with it tattooed on your forehead. You don't get to get through life without these moments of adversity. And the roughing up that I got, it made me really comfortable. Like, people are like, oh, you better watch your mouth. I'm like, why? What's someone going to do? Hit me in the mouth? Yeah, you might get hit. I go, so what? I've been hit before. I mean, I've been fucking whacked. I've been whopped before. Hello from the Netherlands. Like, people are like, oh, you better watch out. Someone's going to do something. What are they going to do? Oh, they might hit you. I go, well, first of all, good fucking luck. And second of all, I've been hit before. It's okay. I've been hit by tough guys. It's cool. I mean, I'm not like, bring it on, but I'm like, okay, it's all right. I feel like every now and then, like once a year, we ought to be able to find somebody who's wronged us, and we ought to be able to square up and pop each other in the mouth, free of lawsuits. It'd be like I would call it the politeness purge. Say, okay, motherfucker, I'll see you on the 15th of next year. Like for what you just said, I will see you on the 15th. I'll be at your house. You can run, you can hide, but I'm gonna find you. That'd be fantastic. Because I just think the world's a politer place when people know there are repercussions for what they say and what they do. Your average little ding-dong socialist wouldn't say half the shit they did if they actually had to back it up and do something. Anyway, I just don't want it safe. And I hope you guys have a rough weekend. I hope you rough into things. I hope you bang into stuff. I hope you scratch each other up a little bit. I hope you tell the people at Costco to fuck off when they tell you to wear your mask. Actually, I hope you say, I have a medical condition. And when they say, what's your medical condition? You say, well, according to HIPAA laws, you're not allowed to ask me. That's a fine. That's a federal penalty right there. You want to ask me again? Get your manager. Like, I think we should just start sticking it up the ass of everybody who wants everything perfectly safe. Perfectly safe people are perfectly fucking boring. You know what perfectly safe people should do? They should die. You're perfectly safe, go ahead and die. Because you know what? You're not doing anything anybody's going to notice anyways. You're perfectly safe. Bye. Unnecessary. Yes, we're doing the configurator for all the models. Look, I've come completely off the rails here. I've just told people they could die. All right, I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I'm going to tell you something. This is totally true. Are you ready? You're going to die. Get comfy with it. It's liberating. You're going to die. It's okay. Your kids are going to die. Hopefully you don't get to see it. That's why it's bad for parents, because we're wussies and we can't handle it. It's awful. Your parents, they're going to die. Somebody on every team is going to lose. Every game has a loser. Every divorce has a loser. Everything has a winner and a loser. Why did we all forget that? When you hear equal outcomes versus equal opportunity, it is code communist talk. The kids should all have an even chance. No, they should have an even chance to try their hardest. We're not guaranteed equal outcomes. It does not say that. It says we're guaranteed equal judgment under the law. Nowhere does it say it's fair. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and fairness. It's not fair. It was never meant to be fair. It was meant to be blatantly and visibly unfair so that your shame and personal pride will get you to step the fuck up. Hello. Hello. I think I just cut off.
We can hear you, but we can't see you, Greg.
Can you hear me, but you can't see me? Is that the deal?
That's right.
Try bringing me in one more time.
You're in. It's just black.
All right. Well, I guess I'm out. Sorry, everybody. If it's just verbal, I'm going to, I guess I'll rant another time. Greg Medford, Medford Knife, I'm out.